I've had a theory that Super Saiyan is a technique that is resulting from the biological ability to transform. And it's kind of like how the bloodline limited abilities operate in Naruto, where obviously speaking, only individuals of a certain bloodline are able to access their abilities, and then there are techniques that come from those abilities. Now, with Super Saiyan, there's about 7 different variations of it, which are the Yellow Hairs, God, Rage, Legendary Beast, Ultra Ego, and Ultra Instinct. And basically, it's a Saiyan biology that takes in whatever stimuli they're dealing with and convert it into this ability to have this large amount of power go within their body and allow them to exceed whatever types of situations they're in. So basically, the primary ability is to transform and use a lot of power without having too many repercussions. And then you have some stackable transformations that kind of operate where you're combining multiple things together, resulting in these very miraculous things happening. The four being Blue, Super Saiyan 4, Legendary, and Beast. Now, I started off with Blue because Blue kind of led me to looking at these transformations a little bit differently. And as you can kind of tell here, Blue is kind of the combination of the red hair with the yellow hairs coming together and creating this new transformation. Now, it's not a literal sense of the word, but it's basically how they thought of getting to this next form. And then, of course, you have the OG, the greatest of all time, which is Super Saiyan 4. That is a combination of the tail, the Ozaru, the Super Saiyan Ozaru, Blood's Wave, and then just stuffing it into the original body. And now we have that new transformation, which is basically just Namekian magic and Saiyan biology working together to create that. And then you have Legendary, which is very interesting because it's basically doing the same thing that Super Saiyan 4 did, except that Broly is able to access his Ozaru power within his base form, which is Ikari. And that Ikari now comes together with Super Saiyan to create Legendary. And finally, you have Gohan. Gohan is interesting in that he had no idea that Ultimate was a different form. And he found out when Trunks and Goten told him in the Superheroes movie. So basically speaking, what he's doing is combining his Ultimate form and giving it a Super Saiyan version of itself, which results in Beast. Now, the reason why I went down this path of talking about these like this is because it makes me kind of question, like, what more can these Saiyans do? Like, is it possible for them to train with somebody and take that stimuli in and create a transformation from it? Like how ego and instinct are. They're not actual transformations. They're supposed to be techniques. So there's a possibility I could potentially train with a Kryptonian, for example, and my biology would understand that this dude is absorbing the sun and then create a transformation based off of that effort. But there's a lot more to unpack there. For right now, I'm just going to leave it off on here. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.